Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In this video session, I'm going to describe how to use Entity Framework Core inside Blazor Server app. Guys, if you are interested in learning Blazor and other Microsoft programming languages, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and ring the bell icon. Let's get started. So, I have created one Blazor applications where I am going to show the registration name, number, contact, email ID from the database. So in my database testdb, here I have this table student RGD, so student registrations, where this registration number, full name, contact number and email ID present. I have created one Blazor server app. Inside this, in the index.razor file, I am going to show the data in a tabular format. Okay. So I have already designed the screen here. So you can see registration number. I'm going to display the data from the database. So how to do this? Stop the Blazor applications. Go to tools, NuGet package manager console. We are going to use two NuGet packages. One is Microsoft Entity Framework Core.sql server and Microsoft Entity Framework Core.tools. So let's install SQL Server using this command install package. Okay, it will take few seconds. It got installed. Next, we are going to install this Entity Framework Core.tools. Okay, it's got installed. Next, I am going to directly create the scaffolding. Sorry for pronunciation. Scaffolding. Okay, so here how to create this? We have this inbuilt command which contain like scaffold underscore db context. Okay, then in the double quote, what is the connection string? So what is my connection string, what is my database name, user id, password, everything at the last. So I will just copy paste to the console, then I will understand. Okay, clear this. So, okay, what here scalp from hyphen db context. Here I am giving in the double quote, I am giving the complete connection string, which is my server name, my database name, user id, password. Next, the package name is entity framework core.sql server. Next, output directories. In the output directory, so you can see in my solution explorer, I don't have any model here. So I want to create one model folder. So this is the output directory model hyphen table and table name. So if I am not giving this table name, it will create all the table from my database. So I have two tables, it will create two tables in the db context. But currently I want only one table. This is student registration, this regd. Okay, so almost our command is done. Press enter, build started. Build succeed, wait for the folder to come. Okay, you can see one model folder created, this one. Inside model there are two class file, two cs file are there. One is student, the same name as table, which contain exact property of my column name. Next is database name and context, testdb context, which contain the all the connection string and all the informations. So rebuild the applications to check if everything is fine or not. Okay, it's run. So run the application first now fast to see running application running fine. So you can see my application is running fine. I have the column name here. Now I want to fetch the data. To fetch the data, here you can see model. I'm going to the data folder and creating one class or one service here. So add class, let's say I'm giving student service. Okay, here I'm using my application name dot model folder. Inside the class I'm going to a public list. It will return a list properties, which is type of student table, student RGD, get student list. So method name. So here I want to declare testdb context, this class name testdb context, object name context equal to new testdb context. So directly return context dot to list. Straightforward, I am returning the registration to list directly. So let's go to the index page. Here we need to add our, like, using application name dot model folder, using application name dot data folder where my service is present. Next, add a code block. Here I am adding one code block. Here I am declaring one private list student registration same. Okay, so here I am giving student list. Next, I am going to override the onInitialize method. So protected override onInitialized. Inside this, I'm going to call this particular student service. Let's create a student service object, SRV equal to new student service. So I want to assign the data student list equal to SRV dot get student list. This one is go to definition. This one is this student list. Okay. Next, our calling the method and getting the data is done. Now we are going to showing the data. So we are going to use a for each loop. Okay, var student in this student list. Let the body bracket start and end. Here I want to display all the student dot why not coming. Guys, forgive about the background noise. Actually some construction work is going on nearby. So students dot registration number, here it will require full name, and here I will show the contact number and email ID. Okay, run the application now. Guys, really sorry about this background noise. I cannot control. So you can see all the data coming from the database. In this way, we can use Entity Framework Core to load the data. In my coming session of Blazor Server app, I am going to show how to do CRUD operation or insert, update, delete operations using Entity Framework Core. Guys, if you like my video, give me a like and share this video with your friends. Thank you very much.